Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And indeed, this is a live news show for movie fans where we're going to be talking about Joker 2 gets a rating and a new poster, Joker 2. Yes, I'm a huge Joker fan. I like Joaquin Phoenix. I love that first movie. And we got a bunch of other stuff that we'll be talking about today, including Tom Cruise offering some guy a role in Top Gun Maverick that didn't happen. Zoe Saldana is still hopeful for a new Star Trek movie. Yeah, no, that's not happening. What the heck's going on with Disney in that proxy fight? We'll briefly touch in on that. And there is one other big story, wasn't there? Oh, yes. The First Omen opens up tomorrow, guys. You know how I am about horror movies. It's my bag. So we'll be checking out that. But let's start off today's show by talking about that Joker 2 headline that broke last night, what everybody's been talking about. Trailer release date also, oh yeah, we're getting the release date for the Joker 2 trailer or teaser April 9th, right? So has an R rating. R rating for some strong violence. Yeah, we know that. Language throughout. Some sexuality and brief full nudity. Full nudity? What? Seriously? Now, where's that going to be? You know what it's going to be, probably? This nudity. It's not going to be Joaquin Phoenix or I don't think that it would be Lady Gaga. It's probably just going to be some other cell mate or, some other inmate that'll be like walking down the hall and you see like a butt shot or something. I don't know. It'll be something like that. Maybe Joaquin goes full Monty. Not that we need to see that in a Joker movie, but it being rated R just gives us a sense of what the tone is going to be, right? That it's going to be pretty gritty, which is good because that's what we want, right? The first one didn't hold back anything, and it's still very uncomfortable for people to watch because it's about a guy with mental illness, and it hits home for a lot of people. Ever since this first image of Lady Gaga with Joaquin there hit the interwebs, I've been hyped for this movie because I'm so curious. This is what she can do on screen as Harley Quinn, and I'm hyped. So the trailer. The sequel will be a $20 million payday for Joaquin Phoenix. I don't think you guys are excited about that. Yeah. So, more images. Release date October 4th, 2024. Comes out. We know that it's going to have some musical numbers in there. What's the budget? Well, around $200 million for Joker 2. Guys, see, no, that's why. Why does Joker 2 have to be over $200 million? Yeah, the first one made over $1 billion, but it's kind of like, hey, I just won a lottery ticket for $10. Let me invest $8 of that into the next ticket. And it's like, well, that's not a good return then. It's just you're rolling the dice when your budgets get that high, and it's sickening. Stop it. If you can't film like what the base chunk of the story is without all the visual effects and have it not resonate with people, it's about the story and the acting that drives people, right? That made the first movie so impactful because I tell you, it wasn't the visual effects of Gotham or anything like that that made people go wow from the first Joker movie. It was that scene of just him and Robert De Niro in the talk show. Like, that was the most gripping thing. And did that take a lot of green screen and visual effects? No. So what the heck's going on that you need a $200 million budget? So that's the only thing that really gives me pause. But the poster is good. That's a good poster, right? Brief full nudity. Imagine if you saw them both nude in some kind of embrace. That's possible. Yeah. Those are basically the headlines here, guys. And when the first trailer comes out next week, we'll be ready for it. I'll be first one to, even if it's like at 10:30 at night, I'm just getting ready for bed. The trailer drops, I'll get up and turn on the camera, and we'll do a straight reaction to it because I'm excited for it. I'm hyped. So April 9th, right? Yeah. Am I not reading that right? Billion. Yeah, what is the budget? Everything else. Hey, I thought I confirmed the release date of the teaser somewhere in here because I got the April 9th number somewhere. Maybe it wasn't in these articles. Yeah, April 9th right there. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. So April 9th, that'll coincide with the premiere at CinemaCon, whatever. Uh, Most of us are not allowed to see things like CinemaCon, so it's kind of a slap in the face when somebody like a pundit like us gloats saying, "Oh, I'm going to CinemaCon. I'm going to cover." That's like, good for you, but don't make me feel bad because you're going. Anyway, April 9th. Yeah, like rubbing it in our faces. I'm looking at you. Sorry. No, I'm not even going to say his name. But there is one big guy out there that loves to rub it in people's faces that he gets to go on the CinemaCon. I get to go to the all these. It's like nobody likes that. Nobody wants to hear that. Anyway, I like this image here. This is cool. Um, I'm really looking forward to it. Salty are we a little bit, James? No, not really. But anyway, that's coming out soon. What's coming out in the next, well, tomorrow actually, is The First Omen. The First Omen star Nell Tiger free on her show stopping scene that made the crew walk off set. So I'm guessing there's probably a birthing scene. That's where I'm putting my money down, right? Because it's about the demon child or whatever, right? The actor nailed a key moment in just 2 takes. People wouldn't look at me in the eye afterwards because they thought I was evil. Evil, huh? I kind of like that. Who the heck is this Nell Tiger Free? Um, well, you should probably look her up since she's going to be starring in this movie. And I don't even know what else she starred in. Uh, Game of Thrones. She was Branthian. Mystrella. I forgot how. No, that doesn't ring a bell. I did watch Game of Thrones. Wonderwell, Servant, Settlers, a lot of TV stuff. So only 9 things, huh? It doesn't ring a bell. Do we got an image here of her in Game of Thrones? Maybe that'll ring the bell. So she's going to be playing a nun, huh? Is that Game of Thrones? No, that's in Fallen. Huh. So she would have been really young in Game of Thrones. Maybe that's why I don't recognize her. Because how old is she? She's 24, 25, 25. So yeah, no, when Game of Thrones was out, that she would have definitely been a lot younger. But I am looking forward to The First Omen. Guys, if you don't know, the Omen, the first one, I don't tend to revisit it. Or no, I'm thinking of Rosemary's Baby. Okay, yeah, no, I don't revisit Rosemary's Baby, but it's sort of like the same kind of thing. A little bit like Immaculate, where one of the nuns or something gets impregnated to. They think that they're going to make like the next coming of Christ, but it turns out to be like a demon baby. That's sort of what I'm expecting from this, right? The English actor who's known for memorable roles on Game of Thrones and Nicholas Winding referenced Too Old to Die Young. Huh. Wow. Got an image of her? Guys, you show all this weird, funky stuff. You know that somebody's going to levitate off the ground because they're possessed or something like that. But I saw the final trailer for this, for the First Omen, and I'm happy that I didn't watch any of the other trailers or anything like that because I didn't know who was all in the movie. Ralph Anderson's in this movie, so I'm kind of like, okay, cool. Well, that's some thumbs up for me. I just want to be pleasantly surprised, and I wish I didn't watch that final trailer because I would have preferred to have left that for like when I'm sitting in the theater with my popcorn going, oh, he's in this movie, cool, that kind of thing. But it is what it is. Hey, I'm a movie fan. I talk about movies all the time, so I kind of like, should know all this, James. So let's just completely spoil ourselves. The First Omen, a young woman, a young American woman, is sent to Rome to begin a life of service to the church. So it's very much like the start of Immaculate, but encounters a darkness that causes her to question her faith and uncovers a terrifying conspiracy that hopes to bring about the birth of evil incarnate. So it's very much Immaculate. What the heck is going on with that? Except what I liked about Immaculate was that she she didn't lose her faith. It was everybody else kind of around her that was confused about the faith, kind of like, we got to bring back Jesus, right? And it's kind of like, okay, fine, by any means necessary, uh, which is really gross when you think about it. And that's why Immaculate goes down to those really gross levels. Uh, and then it's kind of like, well, is it going to be a demon baby? Is that what's going to happen in this one? So it sounds like it's a little bit more on the opposite side, where it's like in Immaculate, she had unrelenting faith. It was like, that's not like when the bad guys were kind of like, well, this is what Jesus would want us to do. He would want us to try to bring him back for the good of the church, for the good of the people. And she's like, that's not what God or Jesus would want. That's not what would happen. And it's kind of like, yeah, I like that part. So I don't know if it sounds like it's going to be the opposite. She's going to lose her faith in all of this stuff. And then she's going to get pushed out from the church because of all the people trying to make her something that she's not. I don't know. Still interested. Still very interested. Sonia Braga. Who else do we know in this movie? Charles Dance. I wish I could have kept that one. Oh, sorry. Bill Nye. Wow, really? Bill Nye's going to be in this. Fascinating. Opens up tomorrow, guys, against Monkey Man. Yeah, there's Ralph right there. Guys, you know who he is. If you don't recognize his face, you'll recognize his voice for sure. He's got one of the most iconic voices out there. Still, I think The Witch is his best work because he just gets to act, right? He gets to do a range of emotions, and he's got a lot of range actually. So I'm looking forward to it. Um, but the show-stopping scene, my money is on the birthing scene, if there is going to be one, or maybe I hate to say this one, and how do I say this delicately? Maybe a conception scene that will happen against protest, right? The protagonist in To Catch a Killer. Oh yeah, that antagonist in To Catch a Killer, right? Ralph was. Um, but I'm looking forward to it. The schedule is a bit weird tomorrow, guys. For some reason, there's not an early 4 p.m. screening of either First Omen or Monkey Man, which kind of upsets me because I want to see both. I am going to see both. And I did post a poll up on the community tab. Which movie do you think I'm going to go see first? And most people confused it as to which movie they would see first. And a lot of people are going to go see Monkey Man. But as Glass Vikings knows there in the live chat, I am in a horror is my bag. It's my favorite genre of all time because it's so versatile. It could be multiple things. But the review embargo is not down yet.
Financial goals.
Hey,
at Fidelity,
what
we know that everyone's got them.
Stop
and they're all
that. Click on this. Pull up that there's no reviews out yet. I got a weird ad. But anyway, I am looking forward to it. Monkey Man has had some reviews, 94% action, directed by Dev Patel. So I am looking forward to it. Just because of the action. And I want to see what Dev Patel can do behind the camera. If he can make these things resonate. I liked the first trailer. I didn't watch the second trailer. You guys know how I feel about action, though. It's like his version of John Wick or something like that, right? Yeah, so that's Monkey Man. Tomorrow, guys. I'm probably going to see Monkey Man on Friday Friday around noonish. Um, because as I said, the for some reason the theaters not playing the 4 o'clock shows, which I must admit gets me a little bit agitated. Because it's got the 7 o'clock shows, and I got to be somewhere at 7 o'clock till at least 8 o'clock. So that kind of takes everything off the table in the early shows, and then to 10 o'clock is just too late. I can't be out at midnight because I'm usually in bed by then. And both of them are like 2 hours. The first Omen is 2 hours. Wow. But you see, look, the other shows have the 3 o'clock shows, the 4 o'clock shows. So why can't the Omen and Monkey Man? Come on, you're hurting me here. You're not giving me a whole lot of options. Yeah, it is what it is. We'll just have to roll with the punches. So, not everybody's going to go watch the first two movies back to back tomorrow anyway. So, I'm thinking I might be able to get out of the 8 o'clock meeting early enough to jump over. Who knows? Maybe I will see Monkey Man first at 9 o'clock. At least that's at Landmark. Let's show me. Uh, First Omen is 10 o'clock there. You see, no, it's too late. Like I don't get these show times, man. It just bums me out. Maybe because we're not early enough. Put it on Kitchener. See what's going on there. Doom Part 2. Monkey Man. There's one at 9:45. And see now that's just. Maybe I will see Monkey Man first. If I go and see it at 9 o'clock, I won't be out until after 11. I won't be able to get home and edit it my straight out of the theater reaction until after midnight anyway. So it's kind of like takes me off the table, guys. It takes me off the table. I would rather just go see First Omen tomorrow at 7 p.m. I really would. But it's a business. It's business. I got to take care of some business. And if I don't see it on Thursday night, yeah, if I don't see either of them on Thursday night, then it'll be Friday afternoon. We'll hit it up. We'll do like double features or something. The first Omen was so atmospheric. The ominous music made it for me. Love the lore. Hopefully, the Omen reboot isn't a throwaway homage. Who knows? Uh, I like the cast, and the trailers did look like it was well shot, so that'll help with creating the sense of mood and tone for it. So it looks like they nailed that. Hey James, you should watch The Omen on the day of the eclipse and do outside of the theater eclipse selfie reaction. Well, I already looked at an eclipse once with my bare eyes in grade 6, I think it was. I've seen it. Whatever, guys. It's nothing. It's just kind of like if you've seen it in movies, you've seen cameras that have photographed it. They show it so much better. There's no point in trying to risk my eyes or the camera because it does burn out the. It does burn a ring on your camera. Whatever. My friend in the live chat says, "Hey, we're just talking about Monkey Man and the first Omen. Trying to ascertain or lock in and when I can get in to see this picture because I want to see it tomorrow. I do really want to see it tomorrow. I don't. There's no theaters playing it at a reasonable time tomorrow. What if I go all the way over to 12? 6:40. One at 6:40. That's a little bit earlier. 9:30. But then that means I still the time that takes me to drive over to Guelph. I might as well just stay in town and go to the 10 o'clock show because by the time I'm out of Guelph and coming back home, it's going to be midnight anyway. So it's kind of like it doesn't save me anything. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey's playing over there though, and a romantic thriller. Someone Like You, romantic thriller. What the heck is in this? Have I even heard about this movie? Lynn Collins, Jake Allen, Robin Lively. I do like Robin Lively. I didn't ever even heard about this movie. Have I? Whatever. You totally stalled the show out, James. Let's move on to the next topic. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes runtime, IMAX trailer, and more. This has been around for a couple days as well, guys. It's got a long runtime, 2 hours and 20 minutes or something like that. People are confused about this. They think that that's Caesar. It's not. I've seen people reacting to some of the like news of that the runtime is long, and they're like, I want to see Caesar handling this eagle, and it's like that's not Caesar, guys. Caesar's gone. uh, but well, let's see. Noah is the new one, right? Noa. Um, so the running time is 145 minutes. So it's the longest movie, just over 2 hours, 2 hours and like 25 minutes, right? So uh, as long as it moves fine, that's fine. It's still a little bit long for me because I like the first trailer and I like kind of like the tone of humans um, being corralled like animals, and some of the apes believe that they shouldn't be doing that. Uh, I like that, and I want to see that explored. I just hope the story moves along and it doesn't feel dull. Uh, will I see it in IMAX? May 12th, May 10th. Sorry, maybe. I'd have to go out to the landmark to see that in IMAX. Runtime 2 hours and 25 minutes. Too long, yeah. But I'm not going to pull my hair out like I am with like say some other movies that are 2 hours and 20 minutes, like Terrifier 2 or uh, Indiana Jones 5. That bomb that lost the company money, but whatever. Next, Vicious. Devin Nakota joined, and a whole bunch of other people joined Dakota Fanning in horror film. Okay, so what's this? Vicious. I do like Dakota Fanning. And the Strangers director, Brian Bertino, are teaming up for a horror movie called Vicious, which is coming our way. Deadline reports Fanning is being joined by the cast by a whole bunch of people that I don't know. Devin Nakota, Scream 6, Mary McCormick, Rachel Blanchard, Catherine Hunter, and again, a bunch of people that I don't know. The film is heading toward an August 8th, 2025 theatrical release. And the synopsis reads Fanning taking on the role of a young woman who is left a strange present by a late night visitor and quickly realizes she is fighting for her life after slipping down a disturbing rabbit hole contained inside the gift. Right? Which one is Elle Fanning? None of them. I don't know any of those people. But a weird gift, huh? Not Elle Fanning, James Dakota Fanning. Oh, mercy. Weird. Vicious. Hmm. All right. Next, Kevin Smith. The 4:30 movie secures distribution, reaches theaters this summer. You know what? This is why we don't have Mallrats 2 yet. This is why we don't have, what was the other one that he was working on? Moose Jaws? Well, actually, uh, the second one in that series kind of derailed that. The one where they're in the convenience store and it's like he's a hot dog or something like that. Yoga Hosers kind of ended that trilogy. It was just ugh. And if you guys know, I started off liking Kevin Smith with the Clerks movies. I still think like Clerks 1 and 2 are awesome, and I'm slowly lightening up to Clerks 3. And if I sit back and look at it, that's a really good trilogy of films. even though I don't like the direction, because Clerks 3 is more of a drama, heartache drama, than a funny movie that like Clerks 2 was. Um, but you look at those three films and it's like that's good Kevin Smith. But then you look at the monstrosity that is Jay and Bob Strike Back again reboot for the third or fourth time. And the acting is just over the top. It's hammy. So I want to see him come back to a little bit more of a grounded thing. And it sounds like this could be it. The 430 movie. What's the movie about? It follows three 16-year-old friends who spend their late Saturdays sneaking into movies at the local multiplex. But when one of the guys invites this or the girl of his dreams to see the latest comedy, each of the teens learns something serious about their life and love before the credits roll. So what? They're all pining after the same girl or something? Again, no. It does have a bunch of famous people in there that we would recognize, like Jason Lee, Justin Long, uh, Ben Jeong, Rachel Dratch. Of course, his daughter, Harley Quinn Smith, is going to be in there. I got nothing against that. She can act in small. Method Man, what? Oh my God, Jesus! Why? Anyway, it's his movie. He can do whatever he wants. So is this the girl of their dreams? Who is that? I don't even know who the heck that is. But yeah, sneaking into the 4:30 movie. God, I wish I could sneak into a 4:30 movie of The First Omen tomorrow, but it's not happening. Anyway, um, who is the girl? It's not Kate McCucci. Who is that girl? It's Sienna Argudong. I don't even know who the heck that is. Must be. Not giving me names underneath their little things here. Anyway, what do you guys think about that? Like a coming of age story of three guys walking into movie theaters and growing up, right? Provided this, Kevin Smith provided the statement: the day we brought the day we bought Smod Castle Cinemas, I not only reclaimed my integral piece of my childhood, I suddenly had access to a visually interesting and cost-free movie location. So I started writing a personal high-end to the past for us 70s and 80s kids. Well, yeah, because it used to, well, and it's still sort of where you could go buy a movie ticket for one movie and then sneak into other movie theaters after your movie's done. Like theaters don't really care that much. The thing is that most theaters that are in this area require you to designate your seat when you buy it. So it's kind of like, yeah, oh, fire engines outside. Whoa, hold on, guys. Ooh, it's kind of loud too. Anyway, yeah, 4:30. The 4:30 movie reaches summer. Whatever. I just hope it's a return. Like, I think it's a good thing that he's working with actors he hasn't quite worked with before, so that he can say that wasn't a good take. We're doing it again, which he kind of got the feeling that he did when he was doing the last Jay and Silent Bob movie, where it starts with them in the courtroom, and it's like, Justin, that wasn't a very good take. Justin Long, I'm talking about. Redo that one, please. Where he just, it's just like, dude. Anyway, let's move on. Tom Cruise offered Lewis Hamilton a role in Top Gun Maverick. It could have been me. Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton has revealed that he was offered a role in Top Gun Maverick, but didn't feel that he wasn't ready for his acting debut. Huh? So Formula One fans know who Lewis Hamilton is. Um, I don't know who the heck he is because I don't follow Formula One. But there are talks about a Top Gun 3, so maybe you can come around for that. I think Tom wanted it because he wanted to work with people who would be used to the G forces. And God, Formula One has got some extreme G forces. I I don't think I could handle it, man. The constant slowing down, speeding up, going around corners. Your body's just it would feel like you're in a you've curled yourself up into a ball and put yourself in a laundry machine, like a dryer of some kind. You're just being constantly knocked around. I couldn't handle it. I think that's why he wanted to have a minute. But he said this quote. I said, dude, if you ever do Top Gun 2, which had not yet been spoken of, there was no story yet, I will even be a janitor. Just let me be in it. Oh, okay, so maybe he didn't want to be the fighter pilot, but Tom, yeah, again, that this goes to how cool Tom Cruise is because he's savvy enough up here that'd be kind of like, well, if we put him in it, we would also get the Formula One crowd in there. Uh, we should do something like that because that'll bring more butts and seats, right? So yeah, I can see that happen. It was just a curiosity kind of thing. Um, and hey, if he's even like a member of the pit crew or something, right? Wait, they have I'm thinking of a racing movie. No, um, a flying movie. Yeah, I don't know what he would be. By the way, let's see. Lewis Hamilton was offered a role in Top Gun Maverick. Next, Zoe Saldana is eager to return for Star Trek 4. I still have hope. It seems like she said this before, though, doesn't it? Guys, they're still trying to make this happen, but I think it's time to put this one to bed. And I've said that many times before. You guys know how I feel about this. You got your three films, and you got your three films with this cast, with this Kelvin timeline cast. The thing is that if you move with the fourth one, then you're going to have to explain what happened to Chekhov. Are you going to recast him? Does he get promoted? Which should happen. Like when you watch Star Trek: The Next Generation, and even the older Star Trek, where's the ambition? Like they addressed it in Star Trek: Next Generation with Riker a couple times, where it's like, you should be promoted to captain by now. No, I'm just going to stick around. Why? Well, because this is a TV show, and I want to make sure that I'm going to have a job. If I get promoted to captain, then I'm going to be off the show, kind of thing, right? It's that kind of reasoning. But anyway, they could say that Chekhov got promoted to his own command. I just you got your three films. They don't make a whole lot of money. You want to spend a lot of money to make them. The turnaround just isn't there. It's not there. So she said in a what is this? The the playlist Discord podcast. She said, I still have hope. I had a wonderful experience though, through and through, and though the three times that I was part of the team, I know that they're always trying to sort of aim to wrangle everybody together, but I also know Paramount is working on a new sort of fresh take on Star Trek, which I think is such a wonderful franchise that should live for a very long time. Whether none of us, as the original remake cast, can come back, I don't know. I certainly hope so. So there's like a small inkling there that at least they're interested. Remember when Abrams said that, oh yeah, we're going to shoot it and it's going to come out this year? J.J. Abrams, I don't know why that guy still is given any time of day. Uh, by any producer. If I were producing this and J.J. Abrams was like, guys, I want to be able to have some input on this, I'd be like, oh, thanks, J.J. No, you don't get anything on this. You're out. You're done. Nobody wants that. Some people out there. No, rephrase that, James. Rephrase it. Let's say it a little bit better. For the uneducated, those people want J.J. Abrams back for Star Trek because they just don't know his body of work and his inexperience. He got lucky a couple times with the first Star Trek movie that came out loud and hit hard. But when you actually go back and look at that first one with what was it? Was it Nemo? Was the bad guy or whatever? It, it's disjointed. It's not very good. And then of course Force Awakens is the biggest dupe of all time. It's the biggest kind of like, here's a bunch of flashy lights, camera movements, guys. Ooh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that! See! Look, there's a lens flare there. It's like people were blinded by that, and you don't. And they were like, I even myself came out and was like, that was fun. That was awesome. Wait a minute. Did that really have to go like that? And why would Luke be that? And why didn't you get the three of them together? Wait a minute. You didn't write the next installment? Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole. Enough of that. Let's move on. And I used to be a defender of J.J. Abrams. He needs to have a project that comes out and wins us back over. Okay, so guys, if you don't know about the business world of the movie side, Disney's going through this big proxy war kind of thing with Nelson Peltz, who's trying to be an investor and basically take over enough shares to have votes on the board. Like he wants to be on the board, I think, or something like that, to vote out Bob Iger and put in a regime that's kind of like, well, it sounds good on paper that they put the story first before any kind of diversity mandates. So you'll see like a lot of the other right side, right wing side of punditry come out and say, well, Nelson Peltz is a champion for putting the story first. And, that's what he really cares about. Again, it's about uninformed people. Do you really think that that's what Nelson Peltz is driving this? This is what's driving this. But they are having a vote about this about an hour ago. They should have been sitting down to vote on to what was going to happen. Because like when Perlmutter, if you don't know any about the business side, guys, when he left, he gave up parts of his shares or something like that Peltz tried to acquire and got some of them, but not all of them. And now yeah. So it's like that kind of a mess kind of thing. And they weren't happy with the way that Chapek went, and they just don't want to seem to give Iger a chance to turn it around, despite Iger saying that, yeah, he wants to focus more back on quality over quantity. They still want to try to push him out and kind of thing. So I'll keep my eye on this. Like as I said, the vote's happening like in an hour ago, or could be happening now. We'll have to see what happens with that. The worst thing that would happen is that this Peltz guy gains the majority of the control of the board and ousts Iger and everybody else. Feige too, guys. Feige too. Uh, that's what would happen. It's a big shakeup kind of thing, and it's hard to read because right now you're getting the conflicting reports that, oh, Disney has enough votes to defeat Nelson Peltz. But then you turn around to the other sites and it's kind of like, well, Nelson Peltz has enough clout to take control. So this is something that I'm just keeping my eye on for right now. I don't really, I don't know if we don't have enough information to dissect if it's going to be a good thing or not if Peltz gets the way that what he wants. If he doesn't, then we just stay the course with Iger and Feige and Kathleen Kennedy. We stay the course and let this see if they can right the ship, which it seems like they're trying to do because they cut a whole bunch of stuff off of the slate. They've retooled a lot of things like Daredevil Reborn and like they're changing directions, guys. So um, we'll see. It's something that we need to keep our eye on and such, right? So talking about Daredevil, let's go into that. Daredevil Born Again set picks. The show shows the Punisher and Matt Murdock. Uh, guys, I was happy that they had shot like I think it was like 6 episodes of the and chunks of other episodes of what their first season was going to be like 22 or 23 episodes back. And then they just totally got rid of it because, as I said, about that regime change back to Bob Iger, they were like, this is not good material, guys. And so they went back to the drawing board. They rewrote the scripts. They retooled things. They got John Bernthal back finally as Punisher. And that's what got me excited. So if you're worried about spoilers, guys, this is not really spoiler. You just see them standing there. Bernthal is a class act. He's great talent. And I'm excited for this. At least they got rid of the gold. It appears on his cowl there, and I'm looking forward to Vincent D'Onofrio back as Kingpin in this. That one of those first fights with Daredevil, or sorry, with Punisher and Kingpin in the jail cell, where like Kingpin's like double punching him. Like that was so. That's what I want to see, right? More stuff like that. And it's supposed to be, from what I hear, it's going to be pretty graphic. It's going to be pretty hard, um, which is good. Like a lot of us want that darker, more serious tone. And you heard the reports that Bernthal only wanted to come back if you were going to allow him to be the Punisher and not some kind of like watered down version kind of thing, right? So when that comes out, we'll watch it together on Disney Plus because that's one that I'm keeping like, yeah, I want to see more of that. All right, what do we got? What do we got next? Three Body Problem. Three Body Problem. Is it a hit or a flop? How is it stacking up to other shows? Um, this, is, of course, comes from Benioff and Weiss, right? That the guys who were the showrunners for the first couple of seasons of Game of Thrones, right? Benioff and D.B. Weiss and Alexander Wu. So they envisioned a multi-season arc. Multi-season. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know if I like that, guys. Like, create one season that's self-contained without a cliffhanger. Too many shows have done that recently, where it's kind of like Fubar sort of left with a cliffhanger. I guess yes, but at least we're getting a season 2 of that. But you think of Archive 81. You think of The Peripheral. Huge cliffhangers. The story's unresolved. It doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't. And I hope Three Body Problem is not going to be like that, because I do. Um, it's still on the top 10, 15.6 million views, but is it good enough for a series with a price tag of 20 million per episode? 20 million. I want to see this for the diverse cast, and I made up a really half. I was going to say swear word there, but a real lazy thumbnail. Episode 1. Oh, James, you should be ashamed of yourself. This episode 1. Uh, yeah, whatever. It's just kind of like the Three Body Problem. Um, come on, why are you fooling around? Why are you fooling around? Anyway, it's just a normal thumbnail reaction. Three Body Problem. Um, Three Body Problem wasn't so much of a cliffhanger as more a pregnant pause to be concluded. Okay. I'm curious about it. I just haven't teed it up. And a lot of the reasons, well, I'm getting into a trap here, guys, because I keep on saying that I want to watch this and Reacher with you guys. And while I have access to Prime, I'm just kind of sitting on my hands. Like last night, I was going to tee up the first episode of Reacher, but I was like, no, I'm going to save it and I'm going to watch it for you guys. And I got to make sure that I do it so that I don't sit on my hands long enough that it's like past its prime kind of thing. So we're going to get into one of these today. We're going to get into either Reacher or Three Body Problem later on today. I just, after this show, I'm going to go to the gym, do some cardio, come back, and we'll see where we are in the afternoon. And we're going to hit one of these. And I'm thinking it's probably going to be Three Body Problem first because I like the sci-fi stuff. It's kind of on the money, yeah. Um, we'll see. I don't think a lot of them have nudity, right? Let's take a look at the Three Body Problem. There is indeed graphic full frontal nudity. Oh my God. Now that may be a bit of an issue. Brief male and female nudity in the second episode, around the 40-minute mark, lasts around 1 minute. Okay, so, no, that's good. Woman in bed topless in episode 3. Okay, so we do get to see the full Monty. That one I may have to previously record if it's the like full Monty. Like if it's just I can't. I don't know how we watched X together because I didn't watch it before. I was just guessing as to, okay, there's going to be a sex scene coming up, so I got to make sure that I got to turn off the side graphic here, right? Why isn't my graphics in there? You know what I mean? Like I got so lucky with that. But if I'm doing a live stream and you see like a winky dangling there, that's instant shutdown, strike against the channel. So I don't know if I can risk that. So maybe we'll do Reacher. We'll do an episode of Reacher, and then I'll film Three Body Problem tonight, and yeah, do that. So maybe we'll do the premiere episode of Reacher. No sexual male, non-sexual male rear nudity. So you get to see a butt shot in prison. Female, a couple episode in his underwear. Female, hmm, multiple women seen topless in a strip club. Yeah. Well, we'll have to. I'll have to be very careful and about putting in my graphics there like that. But I do have it all teed up. I do have those all ready to go. I've got all my graphics ready to go for both the shows. So I think this afternoon we are going to hit the first episode of Reacher. Confirmed. Right here. Right now. Where's my where is it? Oh, no, it's posted. There we go. That. Go with that. And those graphics should be fixed up and ready to go. See if OBS was going to play ball. Yeah, OBS is playing ball. It's in. Now, why is that not working? Whatever. Yeah, good. So there you go. That'll happen. As I said, I'm going to go work out, and then I'll come back like around 2 o'clock, maybe 2 p.m. We'll get into the first episode of Reacher, get that underway, and then I don't know if we're going to set up a schedule. I'm just going to burn through them. I'm going to film it live, but it may be like 9 o'clock in the morning on Friday. We'll just burn through like 2 or 3 episodes of Reacher in the first season, like that kind of thing, right? And then tonight I'll film my first reaction to Three Body Problem and just put it up separately, kind of thing. Okay, let's get back into some headlines. Kiernan Shipka mourns chilling adventures of Sabrina co-star Chance Perdomo, one of a kind soul. Yeah, earlier he died in a motorcycle accident earlier this week, right? 27 years old. That's really young. But we are Kiernan Shipka fans. Totally Killer. We did a full reaction to that, which isn't up on the channel for some reason. James. You didn't edit it. Ah, I gotta edit that and put it up someday. We did watch it together on Twitch. So she posted an image. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Look at that smile on his. That's just too young. He was full of light. Like you see the vigor in him, right? The youth. My condolences. Um, but as tributes and things roll out for Chance Perdomo, rest in peace, dude. Because 27 is definitely way too young. All right. Amidst Machine Gun Kelly rumors, Megan Fox finally revealed her new hair makeover, and I can't decide what color it is. Now, guys, just like every other hot-blooded male that will look at Megan Fox and say that yes, she's stunning, she's beautiful, but she's had a bit of a struggle with body dysmorphia, like altering her face with injections and stuff, which kind of sucks. And it was starting to get away with her from her, where it was like, yeah, you can tell that the lips are injected, whatever. But it was like once you get into this part of the face, that's when it becomes locked in, and you basically turn into Cher, where it's kind of like this whole part of the face doesn't move. It's like because she is without a doubt one of the most beautiful people on the planet. I don't see why you would ever need an injection for anything to enhance your beauty. Um, and I don't know what the Machine Gun Kelly rumors were. I remember hearing something that she had broken up with him, um, or he broke up with her. No, I don't think she broke up with him or something, right? And then they were back together the week after. So there was stuff like that. So there's her new hair, guys. It's flirting with Kardashian sort of look, right? And if you don't know who, guys, I've got an edict for my Pinterest page. Um, and one of them is I got nothing with the Kardashians. Um, so if you go to my Pinterest page, um, no Kardashians. I'll instantly block you out. That sort of looks like Kardashian, but it's not. Um, what else do I? No dudes, for obvious reasons. And yeah, that's my Pinterest page, and that's sort of what it looks. Whatever. You're not interested in that. Let's move on. Mortal Kombat 2. Still no release date. I've been every day I type this in looking for any kind of new information about Mortal Kombat 2. Mortal Kombat 2 lacks a confirmed release date because they had wrapped. This movie is wrapped. It's done. It's in the can. So I've been keeping my eye on this because if it's wrapped, then you should have announced a release date. Why not? Right? Um, where's our teaser? Um, this this is the one where Johnny Cage is played by an older um, person. Why am I drawing a blank on his name right now? Why did you not go to the Mortal Kombat 2 page? Um, Carl Urban, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Um, it's done. So you would think that we would be getting something soon for this year. Plot under wraps. Ah, this one's the one that's starting to frustrate me a little bit. It's starting to feel very much like a Elseworld Mortal Kombat movie, right? Josh Lawson's going to be back as Kano. He was the best part of the first movie, right? For a lot of people. Um, how I don't know how they're going to bring him back because was pretty definitively killed. Now, this would have been an interesting choice for Conor McGregor to play, right? Conor McGregor as Kano. James, you're just saying that because they both have beards. No, I'm saying that because when you watch the Roadhouse remake, he acts very much like the way that Kano acted in this movie. Whatever. I'll keep my eye open for it as much as I can. And that's pretty much all I got for today, guys. I thought we would just scroll over to the Reddit page instead of the Twitter page and see if I missed anything. Beauty and the Beast is 21, whatever. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny whips up $130 million loss. And that's from Forbes. So that's more of the business side of things, guys. Yeah. Well, this is just what happens when you inflate your budgets to ridiculous levels. Like, I don't know why Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny had to cost $350 million. Plus, what marketing added on top of that, plus what theaters take, you're digging yourself a hole where the movie has to make at least 600 to 700 million just to break even. So how does that logic make sense to anybody? Again, we're going back to that Joker thing. Why did that have to cost 200 million? I don't get it. And it didn't show. It didn't show on the screen. The visual effects, like that parade sequence, the CGI faces tacked onto somebody else, like the stuntmen, was awful. I have no plans to ever watch Dial of Destiny. Ever again. And that's saying something for someone who managed to suffer through Kingdom of the Crystal Skull twice. Oh, mercy. What's this? Taylor Swift? Taylor Swift didn't need lucrative side hustles to become a billionaire. No, she just worked on her talent. She's a song machine. She just cranks them out. Which is something I should start doing. Because now that I got a little bit more of a free time this month, I should really spend time recording stuff. Like, I hope you guys are enjoying those little guitar loops that I'm creating, and I put them in loops because the intention was that if you just watch it on repeat, it loops back on itself, right? So I love doing that, and I play at night a lot by myself. That's when I record them. Like after dinner, I'll just sit down and play for like 40 minutes to an hour. Just I love that, and I should record, but recording takes time, and we're gonna can't do everything. Can't do everything. All right. Anyway, that's the atrocious Dial of Destiny story. There's the poster again for Joker 2. What's your favorite Sam Rockwell movie? It's kind of hard not to go with Moon, right? Like where he's the lead actor in it. He's done a few smaller dramas that are also really good, where he's like a basketball coach to a high school girls team. He's really good in that. Galaxy Quest, yeah, but he's not really the main star of that. He was really good in that too. So if we're just going whatever he was in, then yeah, Galaxy Quest, Green Mile, I think is up there for a lot of people. You hate him in Green Mile, right? I like him as the bad guy in Charlie's Angels. I like him as Justin Hammer or whatever, right, from Iron Man 2. He's just always good. He always brings it. Went through every Oscar nomination to find the best actors, director, and found a few surprises. I'm not going to go through that. New poster for Krasinski's If. This one I'm not all excited for, guys. And I'm a fan of John Krasinski. I'm a fan of Ryan Reynolds. I just feels like we can telegraph where this movie's going. Yeah, we're supposed to fall in love with the big purple imaginary friend, and then by the end they're gonna have to say, "I'm gonna grow up now, and I gotta say goodbye." So it's kind of like, uh, I'm not all that hyped for it. I'm sorry. Glass says the way back. Oh, that's a good one too. He's like the owner of like a water park, right? And it's kind of like a coming of age story. Yeah, he was good in that too. What's one movie character who is utter scum but is glorified and looked up to? Tony Montana? Yeah, he's scum. He's in love with his own. He's infatuated with his own sister. So yeah, of course, Tony Montana. He's just got so many great lines. Uh, who else? Well, staying with Pacino, obviously Michael Corleone is a terrible character, uh, morally, but we still watch him, right? Who's utter scum? I think the one that takes the cake though is Daniel Plainview in There Will Be Blood, which is still great. Um, Great movie, man. Still one of the best.
Those areas have been drilled.
One of the best movies of that decade, right? For the last 20 years, this movie is still like this movie encapsulates everything that a good movie should be. It's got great cinematography. It's got great score. Like the sound that the strings sound that plays, and like when something so audacious happens, the contrast of that works so well. Acting, directing, cinematography. Uh, yeah, Plainview is he's scum. I drink your milkshake. Such breathtaking. And he's scum. He's somebody that you don't want to hang around with. Billy Madison had some hysterically funny female side characters. Did it? Looking for adult comedies. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Role Models, Wedding Crashers. Uh, American Pie is good. Talking about Where the Millers is a very uh, comedy. Shaun of the Dead is not comedy. Get that out of here. It's not comedy. It's a drama. It's a zombie drama. It's got one funny part in it. Ay, but James, people love it. It's like, did we not watch the same movie? Beer Fest. uh, what's another good one? Hot Tub Time Machine. The Nice Guys. Yeah, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. History of the World, Blazing Saddles. All good points. I would throw in High Fidelity. High Fidelity. Bob Hoskins in Unleashed was scum, but looked up to. Yeah. That one was with Jet Li, right? He was the back Hoskins. Good, great actor. What did he pass on from again? Because he was taken young. Well, he was 71. I know, but my parents are older than that, so it's kind of like, yeah. What happened? Parkinson's. Okay, he retired. Um, his best role still is probably. I know that he did a lot of dramas, more serious dramas and stuff, which he was good in. But I still liked what he did for Who Framed Roger Rabbit. and he was kind of like the guinea pig of dealing with things like trying to integrate actors and dealing with not quite motion capture. It was like proto motion capture stuff that he had to deal with, like where he was told like not hold your hands a certain way so that people don't have to animate inside and stuff like that. He went through that ringer. He if you ever watch the making of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, he gives a lot of insights and stuff. But yeah, he was a good actor. Next, is that it? I'm watching the 4K of Collateral right now. Wow, Daddy-O, Dakota Johnson, and Sean Penn. Yeah, we saw that yesterday. Kevin Smith. Man, the stunts on those classic Jackie Chan movies were insane. What are some of the craziest stunts you've seen? Well, if you're talking about Jackie Chan, of course, a lot of them are the craziest ones. The craziest one I saw was the one where he actually burns. He burns most of his arms, where he just slides down like uh, kind of like a Christmas light kind of fixture. But as he slides down, the bulbs break around his hands, and he got cut up and burnt really bad doing that. That's the craziest one, I think. No, there's other ones that are crazy where he's dealing with buses, and he's got to jump up on the bus before it hits him so that he's on front of it. That kind of stuff is just like wow, right? Uh, Falling onto the hot coals. Yeah, that's crazy stuff. In Drunken Master too, uh, big climax scene where he falls back onto the piping hot coals. It's like for God's sakes, fighting in the rope factory and miracles. Yeah, and then of course, if you've ever seen the ones where the ones that don't look like they're all that dangerous, like him just jumping onto a ladder or something, but he slips on the ladder and the ladder falls down and he ends up breaking his clavicle. Those are like, ugh, wee, way. But non Jackie Chan stunts, hmm, hmm, where it's like, you know, like that's a real person doing that without any kind of safety harness or anything like that. It's hard to pull from like newer stuff because even in Marvel movies and even John Wick movies, if they're close to edges and stuff, they're still tied in by a harness somehow, right? That's rotoscoped out later. You have a movie quote. Do you have a movie you quote regularly? Well, of course, The Empire Strikes Back. Which movie is Dolby Cinemax? All right. What is an older movie you decided to rewatch after a long time, only to have found a completely new way to appreciate it? And the sudden urge to watch Men in Black. Hmm. Hmm. I was just talking the other day about one I wanted to go back and revisit. I forgot it though. James Gunn's Scooby Doo Monsters Unleashed. Ezra. I don't even know what that is. Official poster for Ezra. That is Robert De Niro, right? Rose Byrne. Vera Farmiga. Whoopi Goldberg. Well, if Vera Farmiga is in it, then you got me on board for sure. Tom Cruise free climbing in Mission Impossible. Yeah, that one was crazy too. Because was it Mission Impossible 3 or was it no, I'm thinking of the Ghost Protocol, right? Where he runs across the building along the side because the first couple of riggers, stunt coordinators, refused to do that. They said, "No, that's too dangerous. You can't do that, Tom." So you know what he did? He found new stunt coordinators. He said, "Like, okay, see you. See you on the next project, maybe. And he brought in somebody else. Yeah, Tom Cruise is up there with all those crazy stunts. Even though yeah, he's hanging onto the side of the plane for real, but he's still like the behind the scenes stuff is kind of like, yeah, he's still harnessed in, guys. If he lets go, the ropes will still hold him there. It's still dangerous and all, but it's yeah, he does push the limits for sure. I had a new appreciation for Star Trek 4 Voyage Home after many years. Oh, you didn't like it the first time? I'm one of the few. I guess I love Star Trek 4 since the first time I ever saw it. But yeah, that's good. That's awesome. All right, let's finish out the Twitterverse. I'll go hit the gym and then I'll come back later this afternoon for some John Reacher. So there's, I don't know what the heck that is. First look at Bambi the Reckoning, the next installment in the Pooniverse. Bambi. Oh yeah, Bambi's going to be one of the ones that is gets the horror treatment. So this is our first look at it, right? Get some hunters. And if this Bambi costume is laughable, it's not going to work. That's it. So we don't get to see it. Oh, there it is. Well, it doesn't look any worse than the deers that were in Ring 2. Oh, let's see if I can brighten that up a little bit. So is he zombified or something? Bambi! Oh, mercy. I hear, yeah, who was it that said, was it you, Bifer, that said that Blood and Honey 2 is, or you got tickets for Blood and Honey 2? It's playing over in Guelph, but it's like again at the 9 o'clock showing. It's only a limited run for like a week and a half or something. Whatever. But Bambi is the next one. And remember, this universe, eventually Bambi is going to cross over with Winnie the Pooh. So I don't know how that's going to work. That's just worth the look. Music. I don't even know what that music is. Cillian Murphy and Anne Hathaway. I dig the big hair. Please bring back the big hair. Cillian Murphy. Challengers movie. Charlie Cox and Tom Bernthal. That's a bit of a different angle there. What's your most anticipated performance of 2024? Well, I don't know yet. You know these two are going to be good. Zendaya always brings it. I'm not all that excited because of who the director of this is, Luca Guadagnino. I want to see what Ariana Grande can do. Anya Taylor-Joy always brings it. You know that one's going to be awesome. Oh, one of my most anticipated performances is Chris Hemsworth in Furiosa as Dr. Dementus. That's what I want to see. Ladies and gentlemen, or, or lady and gentlemen's, right? Is that how he says it? Oh, she got married. Isn't it romantic? And the Red Band trailer for Boy Kills World that dropped yesterday. All right, guys, that's it for me today. The Jays had a nice bounce back win after losing the night before. Yeah. Last night, the game was weird, man. Altuve hits a home run and then, like, has a bad base running error that costs the Astros. Like the Blue Jays, they've stymied the Blue Jays at the plate the Astros did. And then it was Schneider, right, that hit the home run, which is good. It was just a low-scoring game. I think tonight's going to be a big. It's going to be a belt fest tonight because it's the rubber match. I think the Blue Jays bats are going to come alive tonight. And George Springer had a very. He went 0 for 4 or something. Oh God. Anyway, that's baseball. Well, I'm going to go hit the gym, and then I'll be back 2:30, 3 o'clock at the latest, guys, for Reacher later on this afternoon. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time right here on Mirror Domains.